G'day, I'm Warwick and this is our backyard. So the wife and I about 2 years ago quit our jobs on the mainland and got a caretaking job on this island. We live on the island permanently. It's a privately owned island in Great Barrier Reef, and this is all about us just living the simple life. Just us and 3 chickens, island style. So let's go get into it. Hope you enjoy. So this week's video is to make a foot bath for my outside bath, because this was the original one that I made out of an old chair, but it doesn't really suit the scene. It's not natural enough, so I'm going to make a concrete one. So we're going to go dig it in the garden now, and I'll show you how I make them. But first thing is, I know what you're going to say. You're going to go, what is all over your face? And you're right, looks pretty hideous, but I've been using this cream, and it's supposed to get rid of all the little nasties before they turn into real nasties. So anyway, I've been putting that on my face. So I wasn't going to do any filming until my face had cleared up, but that's not going to be for weeks apparently. So anyway, I'm just going to do it. So this is one we made actually when we first came to the island, because you always need to dip your feet when you come back from the beach and things. So all the houses on the island have one, pretty handy. So this is one we made in the garden. Actually, we just dug a hole in the garden, and then you put the shells in the soil, and then you pour this, and then when you pull it out, all the shells and stuff are stuck to it. Turned out quite good, this one, but it's pretty heavy. Anyway, so we are going to make one. That's where I dug it in the garden last time actually, but I'm going to dig it over the back there. I got all the gear ready to get into it, and I was going to do it down the beach, but it's a bit windy down the beach today, and I don't think it'll come out as good in the sand. It'll be better with a bit of soil, because I'll show you. You can do it in different color soils like clays and things like that, and they come out really good because the color of the clay comes out as a sort of a print on the sand and cement. So I went down the beach, got some sand. I got some old cement there. I thought it was going to be too hard, but I think it's going to be alright. It broke up, and I got a bit of reinforcing to put in this one. I didn't put reinforcing in the last one just because it was round and it was thicker, but this one I think I'm going to have a square one, and I'll try and make it a bit thinner. So I'll put some reinforcing in it. I got some black oxide I'm going to throw in there as well, just as a bit of colour. Right, let's go dig this hole. I reckon I'm going to dig it up here. I had a bit of a patch here. I actually just started to have a scratch around before, and it's pretty hard, so I'm going to have to go and get the crowbar and smash a bit of a hole. The chickens are helping, aren't just Gil? Hey, good help. Now I did measure it before, and I want to go about 500 by 300 I reckon. Should be something like this, maybe a little bit bigger than that. You right there, Gil? Hey, what do you find? Hey, find a bit of food in there? Alright, it's all ready. I've tidied it all up, and I've dug these into the front face of it, and we just sit those in there like that, and then we put our sand and cement mix in there, and then just push it to the edges and just push it into those, and when we pull it out, and we'll have to dig this away afterwards, and then lift it out of the ground, and hopefully that'll all look nice at the front of it. Right, let's go mix up some sand and cement. Alright, ready to make our sand and cement mix. So basically 4 of those and 1 cement. Yeah, I thought this was going to be too hard, this cement, because on the island with all the humidity in the air, or up in the tropics here, it gets moisture in it really easy, and this goes hard in the bag. And you always, when you're doing this in a wheelbarrow, do a dry mix first. Mix it all up dry and then add your water. Now what I'm going to do with this oxide, you're supposed to put it in the water, but in this case I'm just going to sprinkle it around because it might go mix around sort of uneven in a way, I suppose, and make it sort of a different colour, you know, patchy look maybe. I don't know, I just had that left over, so might as well use it up. It's actually pretty dark, much darker than I thought. So see, it's always a good idea to put gloves on for this job. What I'm going to do is chuck a little bit in the bottom first. Put a bit of this in there just to help reinforce it a little bit. Hopefully I've got enough here. Right, now we've got to give it a good punch in there. So you see those ones there, it's going to hold that there, and that's it. That's all you do, push it up against the edge, and those will just be on the outside of it when we dig it out of the ground. Right, so I'll form all that up nicely and then just finishing it off really. Right, I've sort of roughly shaped it. I'm just going to put this reinforcing around the outside of this one just because the walls are thinner. A bit worried about it falling apart when we pull it out. So what I'm thinking is I've got this wire. I'm just going to go around the edge and poke that into the top part of it, and hopefully that'll be all good. Alright, and I'll just push that in. I reckon that'll work good. Right, put my gloves back on and I'll finish shaping it. Alright, so pretty much shaped it as much as I'm gonna do. So I could get a little bit more carried away and even all the sides up, but I'm not. It's going to be a rustic foot bath. So I'll come back after lunch and just smooth it out a little bit more. A good way of getting a nicer finish on it, especially when there's all these curves and things, is you just get a sponge and just dip it in water and rinse it out, and then you just like basically rub it over like that, and it just tidies up all the holes and things and makes it look pretty as. Look at that. Alright, a few days later, my face is still looking pretty bad. But anyway, the bath's looking good. So I put some water in it after I poured it just to let it cure a bit slower, make the concrete stronger. So it's actually only been about 2 days, I think. But anyway, I should leave it a bit longer, but I'm too impatient. So I'm going to dig it out real careful. I'm going to dig in the front of it and then try with the crowbar and then just try and pop it out of the ground. See what happens. I actually flooded over there yesterday and tried to soak a bit of the soil, make it a bit softer to dig. So I think it's worked. It's fairly soft. Right, I dug out in the front there, and I've actually splashed all that water in there to soak in underneath it. So I'll just try and give it a bit of a move. See if it'll move a little bit. Oh yeah, nice. Looking good. Awesome. Come out just how I thought it would. Right. Hasn't broken, so that's a bonus. Now what I'm going to do is just hose off all this dirt, probably get the scrubbing brush, scrub it as well. You can see how clamshells have come out on the front there, so I'll wash all that and make it look pretty. Right, I'll give that a bit of a hose and scrub, see what it comes up like. I think it was good putting sand underneath it. I think it made it come away easier. Right, I'll flip it over, have a look. Right, I'll flip it over. Just off camera I went to put the hose down and it flicked up and started squirting me in the backside. So if it looks like I wet my pants, I haven't. This is not too heavy. Reasonably good. Hose a bit more of the dirt off. It's still soft enough you can sort of scrape it, you know, if there's any bits you want to get rid of still. That's a good thing about pulling it out of the ground a bit earlier. Tidy it up. Right. Thing is ready. That's it, ready for placement. Alright, let's go test it out, put it in its place. Oh yeah, not too bad. that. Well, that's pretty good. I'm pretty happy about the size. That worked out good. Now that goes better than the old steel one I had. Looks much nicer. I'll fill it up with water now, try it out. Even looks half level. Might have to have a bath later, but early for a bath. Well, it's looking pretty good, I reckon. It's missing one thing though. Here we go. Now it's perfect. One more thing, I've got to try it out. Oh, look at that. And then straight into the bath. Beauty. Well, that is done. Hope you enjoyed that little video. Sorry you had to look at my scabby face. Hopefully next video might look a bit better. I'm hoping. Alright, that's it. Till next time.